Hello, welcome to everyone. In this video, this is our lecture number 5. First two lecture was to solve the problem asked in this book, that Roy Gupta kinetic theory of gas and thermal physics, and the next last two lecture, that is lecture number 3 and 4, we discuss the problem asked in this book, that is the thermal physics by Garg Bansal Ghosh, that is chapter 1 we discussed in last two lecture, that is 3 and 4. Okay, in this lecture we want to discuss the problem number 1 to problem number 10 of chapter 2 of this book, that is the thermal physics by Garg Bansal Ghosh. So if you want to watch the previous lecture, you can go through the description box, link are given there, and there are various physics related video, mainly problem solution. You can also go to the my description box, you will be get the different link, you can get the this solution, right? So let's start today's question number 2.1 says calculate the mean free path of molecules of gas of diameter is leak. So this is the diameter of a gas and you need to find out the mean free path and redo the calculation for the molecules of diameter this. So if enhance the diameter two times, then what will be the diameter? Take n is like that. And how does compare with the intermolecular separation in STP? Okay, so mean free path lambda is Maxwell distribution, gives you Maxwell law of mean free path gives you 1 by root 2 pi d square n. Okay, and in the general aspect, if you take the only classical calculation, you will be get this term only pi d square n, and Maxwell introduced root 2, which is nearly accurate to the experimental result. So if you take d1 equals to diameter equals to zero point 0.2 nanometer, if you just put this value of diameter 0.2 nanometer into transform into meter, and this n is like that, so you will be get this 1.876 10 to the minus 7 meter. Okay, so instead of zero point 0.2, if you put the zero point 0.4 nanometer, you will be get the same thing, so you just replace here zero point 0.2 to zero point 0.4. Okay, so I think clear about these things. Here we just put replace this zero point 0.2 at the zero point 0.4, because this zero point 0.2 replaced by zero point 0.4, so you will be get this answer. Now the intermolecular separation at STP is nearly 3 nanometer, that is 3 into 10 to the minus 9 nanometer. So you can see here there is two times larger, and this is one time larger. So this 10 times, this is the 100 times larger, and this is the 10 times larger. So this mean free path is much larger than the intermolecular separation. Go to the next one. Next question says the mean free path of molecules of gas at 15 degrees centigrade is like that. So this is the mean free path at the temperature 288 Kelvin. If the radius of the molecules is this is the radius, so the diameter will be 2 times of this. Calculate the pressure exerted by gas. So you know this mean free path is 1 by root 2 pi sigma square n, and you know P equal to n kVt. So if you replace this n by P by kVt, will be get this P equal to kVt by root 2 pi d square lambda. So put this value of kb and t, and this is root 2 pi. D is the diameter. Diameter is sorry, this is the diameter Armstrong. So that's why 10 to the minus 10, and this is the lambda. So just calculating, you will be get this answer. I think clear. And the number of collision in 1 meter. You can see here the mean free path is 6.28 meter. That's mean the path between two successive collision. If there is a atom, there is a atom collision. So between two successive collision, this distance is the lambda. And within 1 meter, so there is number of collision is nothing but, so this x, if this is x, this is n into lambda, so n is nothing but x by lambda. Here x is 1 and lambda, so if you put this value, you will get this number of collision will be happen within 1 meter. Clear? Go to the next one. Mean free path of the molecule is like that. So this is the mean free path. Calculate the probability that the molecule will travel without making a collision. So this is the travel path. So lambda is nothing but like that. So you will be get this. If t is double, lambda will be also double, because if temperature is double. So if t is double, lambda will be also double, because lambda is proportional to t. So the lambda prime will be like that, double. So the collision probability is nothing but the exponential x minus lambda. You know this susceptible stable equation e to the power minus x by lambda. So this will be the double. So collision probability will be x minus x by lambda. So x is like that 6 into 10 to the minus 7 and lambda will be like that 4 into 10 to the minus 7. So if you calculate it, you will be get this equation. I think there is error. Exponential e to the power minus 3 by 2. This will gives you 0.223. I write down this is a mistake. Sorry for this mistake. This is not actually 0.2231. Okay. So that's it. So this is correct. No problem. Go to the next one. In this equation, in this question problem, it says the coefficient of viscosity of oxygen at 15 degrees centigrade is 196 micropies. Micro means 10 to the minus 6, pies is SI unit of coefficient of viscosity. Temperature is 15 degrees centigrade. So you know the coefficient of viscosity 1/3 rho v bar lambda, and lambda is 1 by root 2 pi d square n. So if you put this lambda here, you can see here this is like that. Just rearrange them, and rho is nothing but mn. So nn cancel out m by this, and v bar is root under k 8 kbt by pi m. So this m introduced, so you'll be get this one. And if m is nothing but small m is nothing but capital by na, and kb is nothing but capital R by na. So by na is this outside of this root. So if you put this value, you can get this diameter will be like that. Did not find any error in this calculation. If anyone get error in this calculation, please mention in the comment box, such that we can improve this solution. And if I get this solution, I also provided the link in the description box. Okay, so please check this calculation, and if anyone can find any error, you must comment in the comment box, right? Go to the next one. Hydrogen and nitrogen are maintained under the identical condition, temperature and pressure. Calculate the ratio of their coefficient of viscosity, that is eta, if the diameter is like that. So the coefficient of viscosity rho is mn v bar and lambda is 1 by root 2 pi d square n. So this nn cancel out and this m dv by d square. So v bar is nothing but root under 8 RT by m. So there is root m and by d square. So other things is constant, only the root m by d square is variation. So root mh by n2 and dn by d8 or like that. Okay, so mass of hydrogen is 2 and nitrogen is 28, and nitrogen diameter is 3.5 10 to the minus 10 and 2.5 10 to the minus 10. So after calculating, you will be get this answer. This also answer does not match with the given answer, but I did not find any error. Please mention if you find any error. Next one. Calculate the coefficient of viscosity of hydrogen and STP using the following data: rho, lambda, and Kb, Boltzmann's constant, like that. So the coefficient of viscosity 1 root rho v bar lambda. So this is the v bar. Put this value, and lambda is given. So just putting this value, you will get this answer. Here also I did not get the final answer. I don't know why this problem arises, but I did not find any error in this calculation. Please mention if you get the error. Next one, the coefficient of viscosity of helium is like that. This is the coefficient of viscosity of helium, and mass is like that, Cv is like that. Calculate the thermal conductivity. So thermal conductivity K is eta Cv, and Cv is nothing but this is the specific eta, the molar specific. So this total specific it will be by m. So if you just putting this value in this expression, you will get this answer. Clear? Next one. This is also same problem. Collision of the diameter, the collision diameter of hydrogen, nitrogen, and chlorine is like that. Compare their thermal conductivity. So thermal conductivity varies like that: 1 by root m, 1 by d square. So just put this value of m and d square. The value of n and d square in the ratio. That's why we just take the nanometer, because this nanometer also cancel out. So finally you get this one, and if you take this is 1, so multiply this with this 3 quantity, will we get this answer. Clear? Go to the next one. The thermal conductivity of helium is 8.7 times the thermal conductivity of argon. So helium is 8.7 times of thermal conductivity of argon. Calculate the ratio of their diameters. Our mass is given. So k is like that. You can see here, this is nothing but the root under m by d square. Same things, like that or like that, just same variation actually taken here also. And so d is nothing but 1 by root 1 by m to the power 1 by 4 k to the power 1 by 2. So the diameter of helium is to diameter of argon is nothing but mass of argon by mass of helium whole to the power 1 by 4, and thermal conductivity of argon by thermal conductivity of helium whole to the power 1 by 2. So just put this value, you can easily find out this answer. Clear? So I think clear about this answer. And finally, this actually I did not solve this problem. I don't know this problem solution at this moment. If I got this solution, I will be provided the link in the description box. So that's it for today. This is all about me. This is my contact details and this is my YouTube channel detail. Go to this channel, you will get the fine physics related video. Like this session. If you learn something from this session, share this video to your friends, other he or she also get benefit from this video. Subscribe this channel if you new in this channel. Those already subscribed, thanks for subscription. Press the bell icon to get the notification of upcoming videos. So take care. We'll meet in the next video as soon as possible. Thank you.